artistic. Weirdly artistic.
Damn, that's weird. We're back with Nick, Jay, and Jose.
It's weirdly artistic. We're talking art.
We're talking weird and everything under the sun.
Weirdly artistic.
Damn, that's weird.
Weirdly artistic.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Weirdly Artistic episode 42.
42.
I'm Jose.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jay.
And today we're going to talk about traveling in our industry. We've recently all kind of gone on
Yeah, it was a
work
crazy
trips.
couple weeks.
You guys have done many other work trips before. We're about to do another one to Idaho. And we would just want to tell you what you should watch out for, what you need to do to plan ahead.
Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks to make your work travel
Much easier.
much easier, because once you're there and you forgot something, you're kind of shit out of luck. You either got to buy it or you got to
Depends on
find
where you're
somewhere.
at, too.
Exactly. So better safe than sorry. And listen in. We're gonna learn you something about traveling.
You're going to learn.
You gonna learn today.
Number one tip, always have your passport ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you're
Back
traveling
pocket.
international, and that's you have to have your passport. They're not gonna let you fly. So be careful with that. Make sure it's not expired. You can't. Was it 6 months? You have to have like at least 6 months.
That's for cruising only.
It's for
okay.
cruising
Yeah.
only, yeah. I got
Interesting.
mine was
Yeah.
like only 2 months away when I went to Mexico last time, and it was pretty close. And I was like, "Ooh, I hope I'm
Yeah.
okay." And they were,
Damn.
"You're fine."
It's that's for cruises.
Oh, okay. I thought
Don't
it was
know
for
why,
like just. That's weird though, because it's just like, why don't? That's what the expiration's for.
I mean, they don't let people of a certain age on, and like elderly.
But I
and then
guess
they
that's like
don't
a
let
safety
babies
thing, right?
on
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
You know. Well, I guess you can't be pregnant like within 2 months of being pregnant because they
Well,
don't have an
'cause I don't-
infirmary
Ah.
or
Oh,
whatever it's called.
An
So if you go into
infirmary?
labor-
Yeah.
Well, like
Somewhere to
a,
deliver the baby.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the delivering
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that makes
Makes sense.
How'd
So-
they do it back in the day before hospitals? Just poop it out.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Just
It comes
saddle
out of
up.
the butthole, right?
Yeah. It's all one hole.
Well, water births, dude. You're on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
They just drag him
Shoot
behind the
that
boat.
baby. Yeah.
It's like, guys, clear out. We need the hot tub.
Oh gosh, dude.
You imagine,
This
dude?
tastes like a nice afterbirth.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's why they've made it a law now, or like a rule you can't, because somebody did have to
Well-
was on the ship and it happened.
Well, it's
know.
a huge liability.
Yeah.
yeah.
If
That,
something goes
I
on
know
with
for
the birth,
airplanes too. Like, I think you're not allowed to travel in
in
your third trimester.
yeah.
And I've heard stories that people have given birth on a flight,
No.
and like the kid gets free flights forever.
Oh, that's dope.
What?
Like I might be wrong, but at some point they
Well,
were
there's
like,
also
no.
a lot of issues with where is he from?
Oh, that's
So, like, if you're born on a cruise ship, you're in international waters the second you're out of the port. So technically, you're
an
an alien.
international baby.
that's wild.
Yeah,
You just have all
Yeah.
nationalities.
you're just all of them. So
That's crazy.
That's another big issue that you're.
That's
into.
kind of weird.
birth
Yeah.
certificate. Yeah. All that.
Why
Carnival
aren't
Cruise
laws-
Line.
Why aren't laws like more equipped to handle that? Because it's like I feel like your parents should just pass on their nationality.
Yeah, it should
Right.
just be wherever their passports say.
That's so dumb, dude. There's so many dumb bureaucratic
You know why they do that?
laws.
Because they like that it's international waters.
Well, yeah,
You can get away with anything. out there.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
You can do whatever.
Yeah. Why do you think
come
Tony
from a-
Soprano dumped them out in the Hudson?
I come from a
Yeah.
lawless country.
Yeah.
The water.
Yeah, the water.
The water.
We are free here. So speaking of water, let's jump into Mexico. Let's go right off the
So
dome.
Mexico, Jordan and I recently we went to film a wedding for one of our clients. Shout out Colin. Shout out Savannah.
Yeah.
So we went to Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. We were there for 5 days. We filmed all day on their wedding day from 1 to about 9:30, 10.
10 o'clock, yeah.
And it was extensive the day of, at least.
Yeah.
So obviously pre actual travel, Jordan packed up everything. He's traveled with camera
Done this a
gear.
couple
and
times.
I haven't before, so he kind of took the brunt of that. Walk us through what
Yeah.
really goes.
When you're traveling, we had cinema batteries and we also had our photography batteries. So they're all lithium. So you guys pack that with you on the plane, put it in your bag. If you have to bring, and also I suggest putting an extra outfit in that bag too, because you just never know with airlines if you're gonna lose that
Make
bag
sure
that's
it's the wedding
underneath.
outfit.
Yeah, make sure it's the wedding outfit. But also, lithium batteries can catch fire and explode if they're stored underneath because they take out the
There's no compression.
there's no compression in or oxygenatize or what is the
Well,
word?
it's,
I'm
It's
looking
not
for?
pressurized.
Depressurized,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
depressurized, and it's a lot colder.
Yeah, it's
and-
depressurized
Can
and such.
freak
So
'em out.
you can wreck your batteries or they can catch on fire.
And are you
Um,
supposed to have them like be completely drained when
You're
you
supposed
travel?
to kind of, but
If
as
you're
long as it's
checking
pressure,
them.
yeah. If you're checking them, then yeah, I would. But pressurized is like one of the best options to bring.
So I
them
mean, yeah,
with
just
you.
in your carry-on or
Yeah,
your personal bag.
Yep,
you know.
yep. But
If your battery decides to blow up, though, your battery is going to blow up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's just
That's just how it goes.
that's just how
I
it
do
That's
goes.
just how the
say-
cookie crumbles, baby.
Yeah.
if you're traveling a lot for work, TSA pre is worth it.
Yeah.
And it's only $70 or something like that, and it's good for
5
the next-
years.
Good for 5 years, and
So
all
if
you
you
have
have
to
a
do.
Delta card, a lot of the times that's
Yeah.
reimbursed to you. So
It
Yes,
goes
it's like
super
Costco.
quick. There's no freaking line. It's nice, but I haven't done it yet. I did clear, and that still has been really nice because it
Yeah.
just puts you at the front of the line. But last time we went
I
to
mean,
Mexico,
I'm not
there
gonna
was
lie,
zero
we,
line.
we got through pretty quick. Like
There was
I was
no
in
line.
line maybe 20 minutes at
Yeah.
most, both ways,
Yeah.
like going down and coming back.
I think
up.
they're getting
Yeah, yeah.
faster.
Yeah,
Well, also we picked the less travel day of the week to make it
Yeah.
cheaper.
that's
so
that's true.
that's a huge thing to remember. Is like if you guys look at your plane tickets and do the cost of hotel and see if it's worth flying on a more busier day where
Yeah.
tickets are more expensive,
Yeah.
or getting an extra hotel night where you can fly in on a cheaper day.
I definitely recommend getting in a day or two early.
Yeah.
Just in case something does happen.
yes,
For the
you
event,
always
'cause
do.
you
Well, I
guys
think
were
you
there
wanna
2
you want to
days.
cushion at least a day to two before the event to
Yeah.
make sure everything's good to go. You got to charge everything up back, build your camera,
build your cameras.
Yeah.
out.
and then just be ready in case
Yeah, yeah.
You forgot something. You forgot an SSD or whatever.
anything.
That then you have the 2 days, 1 to 2 days
find one.
to find something, buy something, or
Well,
figure
the
something
variables
out.
are there's so many more now.
Yeah.
Like if flight gets canceled or flight gets moved or
Yeah.
So
like you get bumped. Like it could
it's-
be
with traveling, it's always better to just pre-plan
Build
and think
the cushion.
ahead.
Overhead.
Have contingency plans is like the big thing. I think
Oh,
just
yeah.
have a contingency plan in case anything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, the only issue I really had was some jerk was like, you needed to take your DS out or what.
oh your switch.
Oh
switch.
yeah, yeah.
So I was like, dude, shut up. You
Yeah.
made me go back in line.
It's so
Really?
annoying.
Oh
Because like
man,
I just had
that's
it in my
so
backpack,
annoying.
and he was like, "Is this yours?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're supposed to take out your Nintendo Switch." I'm like, "My bad."
Well,
No
you
one
already
said
took it
anything.
out.
Well, he's like,
Yeah.
no one told. They just said put your bags in. They never said like take out
I
your
just
like,
always pull
electronics.
all electronics.
And
out.
yeah,
I didn't do that.
I
I
pulled
said
laptop, iPad, everything out.
she
like-
told me, and I was like, "Hey, look at this bag. It has everything is electronic in here. I'll open it, and because if I take this all out, it's gonna take
20 minutes to put it
Yeah.
back in.
and to fit it all back." And they're like, "Okay." So, but
yeah. Please,
If you're
yeah.
open with them,
Yeah.
yeah. If you have a bag full of gear, just open it and
Yeah,
show
yeah.
them because
I do take my laptop out though,
Yeah,
just to.
yeah. That's
to
like
put it in
it's
something.
pretty common practice.
hide your batteries better.
Yeah.
The flight down was awesome, dude. I was sitting by the bathrooms, but I can't complain because they gave me free drinks the whole time. They're
Did
like,
they?
yeah. They were like, "Don't worry about it. You're by the bathrooms." And I was like, "Let's
damn,
go."
Nice.
Damn,
Yeah.
that would have been nice.
I was feeling good when I
was-
showed up to
was-
Mexico.
I made sure I had an aisle seat because I like to use the bathroom when I
Yeah.
want. And I always feel bad asking, and it's always so uncomfortable. They're like standing up, kind of like
It's like
weird.
just get up.
Yeah.
Just get up.
Oh,
My
yeah.
favorite's when they get up in the direction of where the bathroom is.
It's like, what are you
It's
doing?
like, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
I had a flight where a guy was in the middle seat and he got pissed that like Bailey asked to go to the bathroom, and I was like, "Are you serious, dude? When we have to use it's a basic human need. We can have
Yeah.
to use the
Yeah,
restroom."
we gotta get
It's
up.
a 5-hour flight, dude. Would
Yeah.
you expect me to hold it the whole time?
Ours was like 6-7
did.
hours that one time for Bailey and I. Not
Oh,
not
okay,
this
yeah.
recent trip, but I ended up getting off the plane and like having words with this dude because he even pushed 2 old people out of the way so he could hurry up and get off the plane.
I love those people
And, like,
that stand and rush.
Oh, I,
and it's
I
like,
caught him out in the main area. I was like, "Hey, you need to
need
be
to
more
cool your
patient.
jets,
Everyone
bro."
else here is like
We're in-
traveling
we're
too,
in the
dude. We're in the same
We're in the
place."
same airplane, dog.
And he told me to F off, dude. And I literally stayed so chill. But I was like, "Dude, second off, get a toothbrush because I couldn't even stop smelling your breath. Like,
Yeah, you
it's so
stank.
bad." But anyways, traveling is fun.
Airplane travel, yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you plan ahead. Have everything ready. Build a checklist. Honestly, like I've
Bring an
when
empty
when
water
I've
bottle.
gone camping with like family and stuff, and obviously this
Yeah.
is more for work, but like make a checklist. make sure you write everything
get
down and check
everything.
it off. Double check it. Be Santa Claus.
Especially with where you're going, like wherever you're going. Like we went to New York, you guys went to California, or not California, Mexico.
Mexico.
So it's like totally different climates. So our bags were 100% different. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
100% different.
I
All
packed
shorts.
shorts and tanks.
I had one sweater for the plane. That was it.
Yeah, it's literally.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had one jacket that I was like, I needed for the plane for. I mean, we had to be there at 7.
Yeah,
Our
that's
flight
not too
left at
bad.
9, so we
Yeah.
were there at 7. And it's Washington. It's going to be cold in the morning, even if it's the summer. So yeah, one jacket, just shorts,
Yeah.
little Hawaiian shirts and tank tops. That's all you need. But not for New York. How was that?
New York was wild. Very interesting. That speaking of that, so their trip was for a wedding. So it was a day of event, little bit more structured, little bit more safe, I would say.
In what aspect?
With your gear, you know,
Oh,
you
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
know
yeah.
the people
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're around.
That's-
you know
yeah,
what's
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Like you can kind of.
Yeah, we were kind of just a whole posse. Just
Yeah, it was just
yeah.
one big posse, so it was a little bit easier. I would say for New York, everything was awesome, but I was kind of stressed about my camera the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
I even had it strapped to me, but like you've seen those videos
Well,
where
yeah,
guys
someone
run by
cuts
it,
or
cuts,
whatever,
and then
yeah.
they sprint with it, and it's like, I'll chase you down. We're in freaking Spider-Man's hometown.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I will.
Everybody
get
gets
you.
one.
Yeah. But I think that was my biggest thing. And like I didn't bring the video camera out much because I was like, I'm not carrying a camcorder and this camera. It's
Yeah.
like this camera is enough. Like that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
run with. But no, it was freaking sweet. Little less planning on my side. Just
Well,
because like
for
I was
yours,
only
it wasn't-
photography.
Yeah.
I was solely working on photography, so it was easier.
Yeah.
I
We
had
had
3
video and
batteries
photography.
and my camera, so it was like
yeah.
it wasn't too bad.
That's what I felt like, or when I went to New York too, dude. I was like all about the content that I couldn't ever set my stuff down and like actually enjoy it. That's how I felt. Like,
Yeah.
because I was videoing and photographing like guys there, but also I had one day to myself. I was like, I want to go get content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're
It just made me
filming the
was
whole
like,
time.
I just filmed the whole time and I was like, did I even see New York? Like, I can look back on my camera, I guess, and
Yeah.
stream, but
Yeah, and that was a big
Yeah.
thing. Is like I don't know when Helena and I will be able to go back. So it's
Yeah,
like
so
we
you
just really
Yeah.
slowed
enjoyed,
down
yeah.
and
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Well, I told her I was like, if I stop, you need to be aware because like I saw something,
Yeah.
so I'm grabbing a photo. And
Yeah.
she would walk like half a block without noticing, and then I'd be like, and she's like,
I'm over here.
another photo, and I'm like, yeah, sorry.
awesome. Yeah, dude. But
She should know better.
Yeah, come on. Film wives, wait for your film husbands. That's just what it is.
yeah, it was nice for our Mexico trip. We only had to do one day, and we had 4 extra days.
I
We
mean, it was
made
2
sure-
days. We did
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the whale as well, so we
That's
kind of
true.
double dipped.
Yeah.
But that one was super quick. It was
Super
it was
quick.
20
Yeah.
minutes. We were
Yeah.
just in
Grab
Ernie's
a few
backyard,
photos.
just flick,
Yeah.
flick.
Done.
Call it good. How'd those come out, by the way? I haven't seen.
Haven't
those.
touched them yet. Yeah.
Not yet?
Been busy. Been literally painting in the
No,
Garrett
but-
stuff.
Yeah, the wedding. Yeah, we started at 1:30.
Uh-huh.
Once we got to the resort, got everything sorted out, we checked in. I think the biggest thing it was hot. It was
Yeah,
hot. There
it's
was
hard
like
to
no
get water.
shade.
Yeah.
We were kind of fighting the sun a little bit, trying to find shade for video and photography.
Yeah.
We
And
found
then
it though.
it was just sand everywhere.
Yeah.
It makes
I know,
your
when
legs
I
a
got
lot
the-
more tired.
When I got the bag, the bottom is just covered in sand, and I was like, "This just got back from Mexico."
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I just took my air compressor and just blew my camera off. Though, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, easy.
Dude, I was finding sand pulling out like all my clothes. just,
"Oh yeah,
like,
your pockets."
yeah, all my pockets full of the beach sand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh well, there was that one day we went down to me and Jordan went like into the ocean.
Oh yeah.
We were getting dragged.
It was sucking us out. That's
Oh,
a strong
like the-
Yeah,
current.
it was like
Oh, yeah.
strong current, and like the sand was just everywhere. And I
Yeah.
like reached into my pockets, and it was just like sand.
We forgot to tell you, our friend Emily that was on the trip, she got body slammed by the ocean. Was like
Yeah.
taking her and just, psh, psh, and Trey was running out there.
Yeah.
Bailey's running out
So-
there to help her.
She was worried about covering
Yeah, yeah,
herself.
yeah.
Because it
picked her up.
Yeah,
and
picked her
slammed
up, and then she instead of trying to like catch herself, she protected herself, which you kind of do when you're
Yeah.
surrounded by a lot of people. And
That
it was
you
just,
know very
dude,
well.
it was just
It was just
everywhere. And then
freaking
she
Randy Orton her, dude.
she gets like stable. and she's about to get up, and then another wave comes and just dude, I was
Knocks
like,
her out. It's like-
we were all kind of cracking
that
up.
shows you
Like,
the
get up.
inexperienced ocean person.
Yeah, yeah,
Let the 3 come in, then you go out.
yeah.
It was
Just nice and slow.
Yeah. Or you have to
Ease-
sprint in between
ease
them.
into it.
Yeah, or just jump
three
in
are
past.
Well, you're
the
supposed to,
waves.
yeah, you're supposed to go up,
Yeah,
right,
up
and
over the waves, yeah.
sideways to
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
surface
I always try
area
to
to
chest
push.
them. Like, take this, ocean.
Yeah, I've done Mexico a couple times. So my first time I did Mexico, I was doing a wedding out there, and this is like early drone work stuff too. I probably had
Yeah.
this drone for
Yeah.
like only 6 months, and I didn't know that the circles are supposed to match with the circles on the blades.
Mm-hmm.
And so I set up. I
Oh.
took all the blades out to fit into my bag better, and then I just popped them on real quick. I was like, literally
go.
just set my bag down into the villa that we were staying at in Sayulita, and put the drone together and sent it off, and it just goes, pew, right into the water. Goodbye. Yeah,
dude.
it was horrible.
It was pretty windy down there. Do you think it would, if you brought a drone, it would have?
That big drone does.
That drone can
Plenty,
do like 60
yeah.
miles an hour.
That can
Okay,
do
yeah.
a ton.
It was pretty windy. Like
Yeah.
when we were trying to set up the umbrella, like it knocked over.
The
fell
Mini
over me.
would not.
Dude, it literally
Mini
just
would just
fell
be
into the
bye-bye.
into the
Yeah.
it fell into
The
the
new
pool.
Mini though,
Oh, really?
the new Mini can almost handle it's like the same specs as that, but it's this big.
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
little
really?
guy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we're definitely gonna
It's
get one
also
of those this year.
$600 more than the
Yeah.
old one. Like the Mini when I first got it, the DJI
It's like
Mini
200.
1.
400 or 500.
I think it was like $400,
400,
but the Mini 3 is like $1,100.
It's worth
Damn.
it though, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so
I mean, if
crystal.
it's
And
if
it's
it's very
4K.
stable and can.
It can also do up and down. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Oh.
camera
Portrait.
switches to vertical
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
on the
It
gimbal.
looks
Okay.
super cool.
I've seen the footage. It's the exact same footage as out of that big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it's 4K too.
Yeah,
That's nice. Actually,
Yeah, mine is only 2.7K. It's super annoying.
we'll get one
super
soon.
annoying.
What was
That'll
the
turn into your trainer.
yeah the little Mini?
Honestly,
yeah.
Yeah, I do need to get my license.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Same.
I got to re-up for
Re-up.
sure.
Yeah.
I think we all should be, just so there's no question.
yeah.
What was the funnest part of the trip?
I would say I loved doing the wedding. By the end of the wedding, setting our cameras down and actually being able to hang out and like, because we knew a
Yeah.
lot of people at the wedding, be able to finally have a drink and relax. Like, we had a drink during the day, but it was so sweaty and you're so hot. Like,
Your body was.
I was trying to
No,
catch
it
up
was-
with people,
dude.
and I could not get.
Yeah, I mean,
drunk
we were
or
so
anything.
tired
Yeah.
because it was 4 o'clock when we sat. We were able. It was like 4:15
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
finally were. We had a break. Everyone went to go get ready and start setting up. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna get one drink. I need just like hydration.
Well, I also
Yeah.
feel like
So I
it's a
got-
hit or miss. Like
I got us water. I got just myself a little like smoothie drink, which
Yeah.
was actually super refreshing. We went and sat down. We
I passed
Jordan.
out.
So his
Yeah, yeah.
phone didn't reset to the because it was
But it's set at our hotel. It was only when we traveled.
for I have no idea what happened, but it was during the daylight savings.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was
So
an hour off.
So it was
Yeah.
his was an hour off. So
But it was
his,
on at our hotel that was an hour
He
away
said-
from there.
Oh, it was the
He-
Wi-Fi then.
yeah.
It was, yeah. So his phone said 3:40,
And yours
and
said
the
4:40.
wedding was at 5, so it was actually 4:40.
Yeah.
And he set an alarm for
4:40.
4:40.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4:45. We were like, and we were gonna go, and then I was awake and on my phone, and I was like, "Hey, dude, it's 4:40. We got to go."
I thought we had an
And
hour
he was
of
like,
rest.
"Dude, he's like, dude, nah, like we have an hour. Like I'm gonna nap for a bit." I'm like, "No, we have
we do not."
15
Yeah, yeah.
minutes."
I was like,
and he's
oh,
like,
shit.
"What?" I'm like, "What time does your phone say?" He's like, 3:45. I'm like, "It's 4:45."
Yeah.
So yeah, we were like rushing at that point. to
Dang.
get
it
down
was
there.
right down there, but everyone was
yeah,
pretty much
and
sitting.
then we were just tired, dude. I mean, the
Yeah.
camera is
In the
20
heat.
pounds in the heat,
heat.
walking in sand. I was so tired by the end
We
of the
are
day.
temperate weather filmers. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
No, but I think that was the funnest part. Once we filmed a bunch of the dancing, and then we got to dancing, and dude, it was
Yeah, it was
a
a
blast. Nico was out there breaking ankles.
Oh, literally, dude, literally.
literally.
My man was breaking ankles.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome. But yeah,
What would you say was the hardest part? Was it the sand?
The
was
sun.
it the?
I think
sun?
just the heat.
the
yeah,
heat,
the
yeah.
heat and the
staying
sun.
hydrated. There's not like there wasn't really a wedding. There was a planner, but she wasn't really part of the venue. Where like sometimes if it's like a hot day in a venue,
Yeah.
the coordinator a lot or planner, or she'll have assistants that'll come make sure the bride and groom and us are getting water.
Yeah, they
and that's
keep
her
all the
job
vendors
all day.
alive.
Yeah, and so we didn't really have that. We had to we got to take a break. We
Yeah.
got to go chug a couple waters and find some, and then get back to doing.
Well, it was
yeah.
nice. Was it Savannah's dad?
Her dad, yeah,
Her
ended up
dad
doing
was
that
like,
for
"Hey,
us.
I got food coming and water coming every
Yeah.
10 minutes. So
Nice.
you guys need to." And he was like coming up to us.
That's
so
who-
they were still taking care
Yeah.
of us. It was nice. But yeah, I think the heat was just the biggest thing because by the end I was so tired.
We're vampires up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We survived off
Especially me,
1
bro.
hour of sun a week.
Yeah. I would have been glowing down there, dude.
I mean,
I'm pretty glad I didn't. I would have fried.
I got pretty dark. I only burned a little bit, but that's because I was not very good about sunscreen. I get too confident.
Yeah.
I get too because once I'm in the sun for a bit, like I
Oh,
don't
dude,
burn.
you're back home, man.
Yeah, and that's I was just like I'm fine. And then day 3
we're
and
good
4, I
now.
was like, ow,
Yeah.
my forehead.
I had that 50 SPF rocking.
Yeah, I was trying to, but I'm a hairy dude. It was just getting
It's
stuck in
so
my hair.
hard to
So I
get
was like,
everywhere.
I'm done.
am I actually getting any of this?
I love the little kid memes that you see where like the wives are applying to their husband and he's just out looking at the water. Like he's ready to go swim and the wives are just like spraying him down.
I'll tell you what travel sucks that you have to film in if you get booked is snow.
Oh,
Snow's the worst. You
dude.
can't ever set your camera
I
down anywhere.
can't imagine,
and
yeah.
You're cold. You're trying to stay steady so you can get a clear shot.
yeah, and you've done a bunch of elopements like on top of Crystal and
Yeah.
you went up to Baker one time, right?
Baker, Crystal,
Jeez.
a couple times, and it's just freezing balls. Like,
Yeah.
you're trying, and I always like if I know, I literally double coat up everything, hand warmers inside, and I'm still just like,
Yeah. We're in the Rockies.
yeah.
I mean, wasn't that Montana for you guys? When you guys
Oh
went
my
camping
gosh.
for
Yeah,
that?
let's hop
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
So
what was
we-
what was the hardest and easiest part of camping?
Well, little preface. So we do stormwater training where we are helping a company basically convey what needs to be done for stormwater for the EPA. This trip was for Montana. So they have different rules for their jurisdiction. It's called the SWPP, SWPPP. But it,
Stormwater prevention, pollution prevention plan. For
yeah,
those.
if you were wondering. But
Can't believe I
Jordan
still
and I,
remember.
We figured we might as well throw a camping day in. Get
yeah,
there
we were
early.
like, when are we going to go to Montana again? We had just gotten our first 6K.
just got. our
We
first
rented
6K,
a huge
200
telephoto
millimeter.
lens, like freaking Canon.
Yeah, it was
Um,
literally.
And we're like, you know what? Let's throw a camping night in. And this is mid-April.
Let's turn into National Geographic.
Yeah, that's literally was our mindset. And it
It'd be
turned
really
out
fun to go do that again.
Well,
though.
I
It
saw
would.
some of the footage. You guys got
Yeah.
some like really
amazing
sweet stuff.
footage.
Yeah.
But that night, okay, first of all, we did not plan at all. We brought hot dogs and White Claws.
Well, we should have looked at the weather.
yeah, that too.
There's no laws when you're drinking claws.
Well, and we should have checked how cold it gets at night. Like, because the daytime, it was what, 70? It was
Yeah.
nice. Like,
And
we were in
it's-
T-shirts,
okay.
walking
it's just
around.
free camping too, so you don't have to book a spot. Like
You just
That's
show up.
super nice. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
we would have probably chose on the other side of the crevasse where the sun hits.
We would have
earlier.
been
Yeah.
way warmer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we didn't check any of that. We brought hot dogs and White Claws, and it got to like 9 p.m. and we had drank a little, so we were
It
fine.
was well below freezing.
And then the deers came out, so we were hanging out with the deers.
It's kind of cool.
Lots of birds.
Lots of birds. And then I started to get nervous because I was like, all right, it's getting really dark. I think we should get in the tent. Bears and whatnot
Yeah,
out there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to really mess around, especially if there's this many deer around. It's like, that's
Oh yeah.
dinner.
This is hunting grounds.
Yeah.
Good thing we ate all the food though. So
Yeah,
the
we
bears
did
wanted
it.
to
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, dude. As long as
Couple
nothing's
packs of
attracting
hot dogs
bears,
later.
you're fine.
Yeah, we were good. So, but then we
Yeah.
went to bed before putting all of our clothes on because we were like, oh, it's not that bad. And then it got to like probably 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and it was numbing. Like,
Yeah.
so I look over at Jordan, I was like, dude, I'm putting all my clothes on. Like, I'm going to just bundle up.
Yep.
And like, we had 0-degree bags too. So it wasn't
Oh,
like,
okay.
it
Thank
was,
goodness. If we
so
didn't,
you
yeah.
brought what was necessary for the camping, but not prepared completely. As
No,
far as,
Yeah,
well,
we should have
like-
brought like a legit jacket and gloves.
yeah, like full
Yeah.
gloves.
it's like
but
extra
beanie.
blankets,
Yeah.
extra everything.
we woke up. It was a beautiful morning. It was really sunny. It was not warm,
At
but
all.
Jordan and I had to peel off of the ground from our condensation. So like our bags basically like stuck to the bottom of the tent. We also
frozen.
didn't bring anything to separate us from the bottom.
No, we didn't even
Oh,
think
dude,
about that.
What?
Yeah.
So we were just bags. We were bare raw dog in the bags right onto the tent.
Pretty much.
Yeah, dude, you got to bring like a little. Well, first, if you go camping, tarp
Always
on,
underneath.
and then tent on top.
Bro, we
and
were
then blankets.
vastly underprepared for this trip. But yeah, we had to peel
just a
ourselves
quick one.
off. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a one-nighter. But
The
then
nice thing is we had a hotel the next few days after with a pool and
it had a
Oh,
steam
okay.
room and
steam
a sauna.
room,
It was
sauna.
like-
yeah. Dude, it was fun though. Then we shot the government stuff or the
Yeah,
trainings
the
that we had to get
trainings.
done, but we still had a whole extra day.
And that was a crazy shoot day. Remember, it was like the windiest day in Montana.
The windiest day, and we pretty much saw the whole city of Missoula that day too, because
Yeah.
we had to go to all these different properties and
Well, I'm
So
guessing
that's-
it's kind of like when we
Yeah.
went to Thurston County, where it was like we just bunch
Yeah,
of different
it was
locations.
exactly
Yeah,
that,
okay.
but in
yeah.
Missoula.
Yeah.
So for that kind of day, make sure that you have all your batteries supercharged because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
had no way to charge until we got back to the hotel room. So it was
Yeah.
like
So,
we had
yeah,
to be
again, plan ahead. Make sure
Yeah.
you do everything.
I think
Look
we
at
had
weather.
15. Yeah, check the
Look,
weather.
look at weather. Check the gear you need. Make sure it's charged. Make sure you have somewhere to charge it wherever you're going to be going. Chargers,
Yeah,
all that
make-
stuff.
Bison was sick though.
The bison was super cool. Yeah, we went up to a game farm. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Because it was protected. So
it
it's
was
like a
protected
Okay,
for the
okay.
bison. Mhm.
So the bison and all the deer and everything are kind of free range, but they're tracked
Right,
and
right, right.
kept track of.
Yeah.
The bison unfortunately didn't come down for us, but we made a deal.
We found one
Yeah, we found some locally farmed to get the shots of
just
it.
to get the shot. Yeah.
Well, that's
Uh,
kind of cool though.
But I told Jordan, I was like, if we don't see one on the trail or within 15 yards of the trail, we're getting a bison burger tonight, and it's their
Yeah.
fault because they didn't
Yeah,
come out.
yep.
And so we didn't see any of them. And I think
We
in the
saw
vlog,
some sick antelopes though.
well, they were
What were they? They were
hookhorn deer.
Hookhorn deer.
Hookhorn deer.
Hookhorn
There was
deer.
one other deer though that did look more African. I thought.
Yeah, it was. It's not an antelope, but it's
It
like
looks like one.
it had like really spiky
Yeah.
horns, like just straight up horns.
Interesting.
It was really weird.
Like a gazelle.
Well,
Horns or
we brought it to Nathan and we're like, okay, are they like raising other animals here?
We saw
What's-
buffalo that day. They were just super far.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well,
they,
remember
like-
we said if they didn't come close,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
we were like, we want the close shot,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
none of them would. So
they were like
we had to snipe them.
never
the
had
Lord of the
bison
Rings
burgers.
fart. They're so good. honestly.
Really-
I've had bison meat. You know what I actually really like? I like venison burgers.
Me too.
I've
It's
had
very
venison
similar.
burgers.
Very similar.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
But
mean, yeah, they're both
Burger.
kind
The
of-
really,
bison
really
still has
lean.
more beef to it. I think it's
Okay.
still
Yeah.
No, I really
Yeah.
like venison burgers, so like I'd be down to try
It's good.
like a bison
yeah,
burger.
it's similar,
Mm.
but really rich. I loved it.
yeah.
Made our farts were horrible,
Oh,
dude.
gosh.
That hotel room
That
was the
protein.
worst.
Dude, yeah. Well, the
protein,
patty
brother.
was also like thick.
Yeah.
It's Montana size patty.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Montana's beautiful though. They're redoing the Missoula downtown. I would go back just to go visit because
Just to see it,
and
dude.
walk around because they have like a river that runs through the middle of the city, and they
Yeah,
put,
I've seen some of the videos.
yeah, they put a bunch of rocks in there for surfers and kayakers.
Yeah, like
to,
And they
a lot of
surf
Nathan's
the
stuff
river.
that I've,
Yeah.
a lot of the B-roll. I've seen a lot of the Missoula
yep.
stuff, and yeah,
Yeah.
like people just in their wetsuits going like
Yeah.
surfing and stuff.
and now get this, there's a park right next to it where they're all doing it, and a guy set up with a DJ set. He's just DJing a set, and
And
then people
food
are doing
trucks are
food
there.
trucks. People are
That's-
doing
yeah, okay.
yoga just right out there.
That's
Like,
kinda
yeah,
sick, dude.
super fire.
It was a really cool
Yeah.
spot.
See,
Everyone's
I really
cool.
enjoy cities that have that like community aspect to them, kind of like Enumclaw,
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
there's a lot of community events where they have stuff set up for just the community.
They're just trying to bring people
exactly,
together.
Exactly, I really enjoy that.
And it was all like brick and stuff, right? Like Missoula was
Yeah.
pretty red.
It's
from
pretty
what I
old.
remember. Or more like sand built.
Just
I guess.
stucco.
Or stucco.
Just
yeah,
a
it was
lot
like
of stucco
sand
and-
brick and like
Yeah.
normal red bricks. It was an old building.
It's old city. Yeah, it looked really, really.
It was
pretty.
gorgeous
I liked
though.
it. Yeah,
I think that's one of the coolest things of traveling is like seeing the culture and the people
That's
there.
my favorite.
Yeah,
the
No,
local
like
food.
with Mexico. I went. Well, I mean, this time, and it was
Yeah.
cool to just see the architecture again. But like, whenever I go to Mexico, like that's one of the things that I love is just the architecture because it's very European as well.
Yeah.
I mean that you have your Spanish and Italian influence in Mexico.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of that architecture. But I think that's one of the coolest things about traveling is just checking out the different cultures, the food,
Immersing
Food's-
yourself.
Yeah, the food, bro.
Food is the
that's one of
best.
the first things I do when
Yeah.
traveling is like let's go to the mom and pop shops and see what they what they're doing. So
Yeah,
that's-
That's
And
what I
then-
had to do in Miami. I worked in Miami, and the food there. If you go to a normal, like just an American restaurant, everything's over like you're paying around $30 for a meal.
Yeah.
And so I found Argentinian restaurants there, and it was the only thing about $10 that I could actually get a meal
Yeah.
that was
And
A
it's
full
like
meal.
that was
fresh,
healthy,
good stuff. Yeah,
that was good. It was crazy.
All right, so what's one item that you think is crucial to bring on a trip? Doesn't necessarily have to be your gear itself.
SD card.
Yeah, that's literally what I was gonna say. SD cards.
I would say tape.
Ooh,
Tape's always good.
okay.
Tape. I feel like tape is just
Yeah.
so universal.
Gaff tape should always be in our bags.
And that's, just a little piece of equipment that you normally wouldn't think to bring. Like obviously your SD cards you have to bring, but
Yeah.
what's like a one
piece that
thing
you wouldn't
that you
normally-
wouldn't normally bring that is just so helpful? I think some
Tape.
sort of like
Gaff
Scotch tape, painter's tape, or like
Yeah.
duct tape.
Gaff tape does
Gaff
it all.
tape.
Yeah.
It
I
does
think
it
I
all.
think tape is a huge one. You wouldn't think so, but our job is what we love to say is a lot of jerry rigging and a lot of troubleshooting.
Yeah.
Tape is going to save your life in so many more ways than you think.
Yeah. If you're running gun, you should have some tape
Yeah.
on you.
Always
What do you-
extra socks and
Besides
underwear.
tape, what do you guys think?
I would say a good set of Allen wrenches.
Ooh, yeah.
You definitely need some
you need to
pocket
tighten
size Allen
stuff.
wrenches.
The one you just got, didn't you just
Yeah,
get?
the red tool
yeah.
is so dope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
It
they
has
have like
everything that you'll need for any camera, basically.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a Swiss Army knife for camera stuff. So like if I don't know, if you guys are building 6K rigs or cinema rigs, there's a lot of screws and bolts and pieces that you got to put together,
And
and,
they
They're
do
all
get-
different sizes.
and they
and they're
all get
all
loose.
different sizes.
They
the
get
best
loose
part
over
is they're
time.
all different
Yeah.
sizes. Yeah.
And so if you're a run and gun guy, it's definitely going to get loose. And mine was getting loose last time I was shooting Cameron when you guys were loose or when you guys were gone, and like the battery kept twisting, and I
Yep.
was just like, oh.
Yeah, every
and-
time I use that 6K,
and
I'm
then
like holding it, and then it just slowly
yeah,
twists.
and it
No.
twists. And he didn't have any Allen wrenches, and I'm like, you have this giant thing here.
You have a 2-car garage where you do a
Insane.
lot
Yeah.
of car work, and you don't have any
That's
Allen
hilarious.
It
wrenches?
was the small one that I needed
Oh,
because
yeah.
my cage
yeah, the
was
super
loose.
small.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say
Allen wrenches. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Allen
or at
wrenches.
least some sort of like pocket tool
Yeah.
to tighten things up.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
that's-
that's good.
Running, I've
That's
run
good.
into that even being here. Like I think just having that in your bag at all times is definitely if you're gonna
Yeah.
build a big ass
Yeah,
rig.
yeah, yeah.
But like if
Well,
you're
I mean,
just a
if you're
photographer,
traveling, you generally want to, break down your rig, and then you want to rebuild it. So I think
yeah,
that's
you'd have to have
yeah.
it.
extra HDMI and extra USB-C cable.
Yep.
Yes,
Because those
that's
things go
actually,
bad.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Because if that went, we would have been screwed.
Yeah,
Yeah, you wouldn't have had the speed either.
Yeah.
Because there's no way
Mhm.
they sell those.
No.
At least at the high
yeah,
speed.
yeah.
It's true.
No, I
Oh,
think those are all good.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other
Great.
things you guys think? Any tips
I had
or
that
tricks?
Yosemite trip, and I will say it was an amazing trip, but I didn't talk to the groom much about the travel. And so he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna fly you into San Fran, and then you'll meet us into Yosemite." And I was like, "Oh, cool, this will be easy." It was a 7-hour drive from
Is
the
that the
airport.
Did you
Closest
rent
airport?
one? Did you rent a car?
He rented it for me.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "I'll rent you a car. It's a pretty easy drive. I'll see you out there." And I'm like,
It's pretty easy. It's just 7 hours long.
Yeah. So, well, it was 7. So, if I would have done it at night, it would have only been like 4.5. But I had to
Traffic.
get through San Fran traffic.
Oh.
Yeah. So it took me 2.5 hours to
Just
get
to get
out of San
San
Fran,
Fran.
and then it was
Dude.
just
Ugh.
I flew to Yosemite.
Was that the
Uh,
closest airport though? to
Well, I could have
Yosemite?
flown into Mammoth,
I would've
but
been
it's
so tired.
Was it like a lot more expensive?
like triple the price.
Oh,
And we were doing because like we hadn't really done travel weddings. This is 2019,
Yeah.
so like this is a long time
Yeah.
ago. But yeah, make sure you check in with them on what the travel arrangements are.
Yeah.
Because when I got there, I called him and I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking at the map and it says 7 hours." And he goes, "Oh yeah, dude,
traffic.
that's the closest we could get you." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I had to drive a freaking Nissan Sentra through Yosemite, bro.
Ugh.
I'm like, you couldn't have at least gotten me like an S4 so I could have some fun, like at least
A
rip.
Hummer.
Yeah, come on. I'm trying to go up the side of the freaking big dome here. Yeah, I just check in with what your travel is.
Yeah,
'Cause
don't be afraid to ask questions to get clarification from your client. It's always better to know than to not know.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, don't get yourself caught in something you don't want to be doing.
And
either.
get your dates right.
Get
yeah.
your dates right. No,
Yeah.
yeah. So double check everything. Like literally from the ground up. Look at travel time. Look at weather. Look at the dates. Confirm your dates. Make sure those are the right ones. Double check your gear list.
Everything.
Yeah.
Santa Claus the hell out of all of it.
Double check that baby.
Travel's fun though. If you get the opportunity to do it, it's huge.
Do it. It's
Yeah,
very
it's
fun.
worth
I
it.
Bring
mean,
Pepto-Bismol. You never know what your stomach can do.
Or some
for
Tums.
Mexico, we
Tums.
worked 2 days. Whale was super short, but we worked the 2 days, had 5 days, and we just got to enjoy the sun. You know, like, again, make sure you plan ahead. Get there 2 days before. Enjoy. If everything's good, enjoy the 2 days. If not, you know, fix whatever you need to fix, and then enjoy the rest of your trip
Yeah.
after you're done working.
I think you can even go as far as planning your content as well, like
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're going to collect on the back end. I think if you don't plan on getting content for that, your content is what you're there to do, great. But if you're going to get additional content,
Yeah.
then I think it helps to plan that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I knew before going to New York, I was like, okay, I need a photo of this from this spot.
Yeah.
I knew spots that I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
go to get stuff where I'd like looked up, how do I get this angle? Or
Yeah.
where did someone take that picture? So like I pinpointed
You did your research.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest tips we can give is just
Yeah.
do your research on every aspect of your traveling, and just prepare as much as you can.
Yeah, it's
No.
just
Try not to travel in the day before.
yeah.
Yeah,
yourself
dude,
a whole
It's
day.
too hectic. It's too chaotic. Too stressful. You don't want to do that to yourself.
Well, not even yourself. You don't want to do that to your clients.
And
because
that's because
Yeah.
ultimately, if you don't, you know,
Something happens. with
something
your plan.
happens because of your planning, it's on you.
it's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Be
Most
careful.
definitely.
there's a lot more responsibility on the front end of it,
Yeah.
which can be scary for a lot of people, but you
Yeah.
just plan. Just
Yeah,
put
just
it
plan
on the
ahead.
list.
Plan ahead, communicate with your client, ask questions, get everything clarified, and you should be good to go.
It's not too bad.
Get to go.
Anything else you guys
Yeah.
want to add?
I think
I
that's
think
it.
that's about
I
it
think
for travel.
That's travel.
That's
I mean,
traveling, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really just a lot of preparing.
Yeah.
So if you're preparing and double checking your lists, you're good to go.
I guess if you are a nervous traveler, maybe bring a second shooter just so you have someone with you.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Like if you're not comfortable, for me, like I flew on a plane by myself at 8 years old. Like my parents dropped me
Yeah.
off. I mean, this was like right after 9/11, so it was a little less strict. It was starting to become more strict, but they walked me to the gate, sent me on the plane,
Yeah, you
and
get
then
your little thing that they put like
Yeah,
on
dude.
your,
It's
little like
badass.
packet.
Yeah, they bring
Yeah.
out the little box,
Yeah.
and then they give you the box of stuff to do while you're on the plane. So like I've been traveling by myself
I've-
for a long time.
Same.
Same.
So I'm not nervous. But if you are a nervous traveler, bring a friend or bring a second shooter or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
because I mean you're also in an unrecognizable, like in a different world essentially. You don't know the area, you don't know the people. So yeah, if you're a nervous traveler, bring someone along. It makes it more fun too.
it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right,
Well, stay weird.
stay weird. Thank you for
weird.
listening in. We'll see you next time.
Weirdly artistic. Weirdly artistic.
Damn, that's weird.